Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival with the Gazbeard. We're at our base on Gidance at the moment, and the fog has just cleared. It was foggy inside the hangar as well. If anybody knows what causes that, and if there's a way to stop it, please do let me know. I'm sure it never used to happen all the time, and that once you'd got the room airtight, then you didn't get it anymore, but it seems to persist now. Anyway, what are we up to? Well, I've been out and about, and I've done all sorts of things, and I've chased up all sorts of materials and different pieces, and oh, you would not believe how busy I've been. I have been a very, very busy little boy, but I did remember one thing that I had completely forgotten about, and if we have a look in our materials box, there it is. Up here we have got 7 power coils. We did have 8. I've just used 1. The reason I use it is that the power coil there contains 8 zascosium alloy. Ah, he says. Yeah, that. What that has allowed me to do, if we have a quick look in the SV parts box, you can see this is looking rather crammed. That's because I'm about to start a blueprint production in the factory, and we're going to need all of these bits and pieces in order to make what we're going to make. But one of the things, well, the thing that I needed that power coil for, with its 8 pieces of zascosium alloy, was the polarized hull shield. That needs a flux coil in order to make it. And that's one of the things that's been holding me up on a lot of stuff, is the ability to get a hull shield made in order to decide which ship I'm going to make as my system runabout, running between the planets and moons within this solar system, which is the Elion starter system. So, which one have I decided to make? Well, first of all, let's move a lot of this across into my inventory, because we can't use it from the box, so we'll have to use it from here. The initial build only uses a tier 2 CPU extender, but as soon as we've got the ship on the ground, we're going to want to get these tier 3s in so that we can get the shield in and also improve her armament, because when she turns up, all she's got is the 6 Gatling guns, and obviously that's not a huge improvement over what we're currently using on the Dart with its 2 Gatling guns. And one of the things I need to make is another constructor. We'll get that underway once the ship's being made, because on the blueprint I had to strip one out to keep it as close as possible to within CPU limits. Right, that'll do as a first load in the backpack. So, to the factory. What we are going to produce is a ship that I have done a rework on. There she is, the GunBunny. She is a rework of Jeff Randall's MX2, which is a very nice little starter ship. You can unlock it at tier 7. Doesn't use anything particularly exotic apart from a few bits of neodymium and titanium rods. Titanium you can get from the Talon. Neodymium you can get from Solaris. Yes, you can get it from not Solaris, from the Polaris at Sanctuary, and everything else on the list you can get from the Talon. Somebody did a rework of it and created the MX2W, which was warp enabled. It's got a warp drive in it, and it can jump between moons and planets in the same system. I've done a rework on it again, and I've created the GunBunny, which has got space for a shield, which it did not have. It's also got spaces for 2 tier 3 CPU extenders, which it needs, and it's got space for 7 minigun turrets. Now, technically you're only allowed 6, but you can actually put 7 on if you've got the CPU limits turned off on the server. This is a solo play, so I've got it turned off anyway, so therefore I can do that. So let's send that to the factory, and let's start throwing these parts in. And you can, before I start, you can see here, these are the materials that we need to have put in. Putting in the components like this reduces the build time. If you keep an eye on the clock here as we throw them in, you can see it dropping quite substantially as I throw these in. The reason we're doing that is, get off. The reason we're doing it that way is because we want to get this ship on the ground as quickly as possible to get her modified up and jump across to another planet in this system where there appears to be traders who can help us out with a sticky problem that we've got. Right, we need to go back to logistics, and we need to be focused on SV parts. Where have they gone? There they are. One of them. It's 4 oxygen tanks on the GunBunny. Yeah, RCSs. I'm not so sure about the RCSs. I think I might be thinking of a different ship that needs 8 RCS, but I'll have them in the inventory anyway. I'm also unsure which of these tier 2 medium thrusters the ship uses. I know it's got some of these on because it's got the 45-degree slope on them, but I think it's got some of these as well. I'm not 100% certain. So we'll see how we get on. It's also got 2 of those modular wings. I think that's all we need for now. Go back to the factory. Right, so I know it's got the wings. We throw them in. I know it's got the higher tier landing pads, landing gear, and I know it uses them. Obviously, it's got a cockpit. Bunch of those small engines, so that's the neodymium requirement complete, which is going to be kind of odd when it comes to throwing these in. Right, 2 fridges for sure, and an O2 locker, those tanks, that. Right, what is it saying we're short of? 6 titanium rods. What would the titanium rods be? Probably armor. Might even be thrusters. Let's throw those 8 thrusters in, see where we go. We're down to 17 minutes. We're going to need more carbon substrate in there, that's okay. Throw those steel blocks in, where do we go? Still need more steel blocks. I'm going to take a risk on these. At the very least it adds copper into the mix. It's brought us down to 10 minutes. I know it's got some of them on it. We'll just throw all of them in. Still on 10 minutes. I'm going to throw half of them in, see what happens. That's very good. Down to 5 minutes. We're now maxed out on carbon substrate and silicon ingots and cobalt ingots. Still needing 6 titanium rods, and I can't think what for, and about 90 iron ingots. That's got to be armor blocks, possibly cargo extensions, and 10 copper ingots. I don't think we need them engines on that basis, so if I go back into logistics I can put them engines there. We don't need that lot, but if I go to materials, I think I said 10 copper, wasn't it? And we needed... No, carbon was done. Oh, hang on. Never going to get that done in a month of Sundays. To do it this way. There's 100 of those. Let's just check back on the factory. So copper ingot, it was 10, correct. Iron ingot, it is 90. Done, and we need 6 titanium rods. So what started as a 1 hour 5-minute production time is now down to under 6 minutes. We can start the production, and that'll be ready shortly. You can see the countdown going on here. So while that's producing, what I want to do is I want to go back to my constructor, and I want to get that SV constructor made, so that we've got that ready. I think we were using that one, weren't we? Yeah, we were using that one. So it'll throw it into here. SV parts, SV constructor. There we go. We want one of them made. Wow, that uses 50 cobalt alloy. Good grief. Right, the next thing that we want to do is we want to go onto here. Oh, it's making all of them. Okay, we'll use the big one. And you finished doing all your... Yeah, you finished all of that. Great. So, materials, and we will output to armor for sale. Surplus armor, there we go. Oh, we've already filled it. Whoa. Oh, when did I do that? Good God. Oh, well. That's great. We've already got it all, so I don't need to make it. Excellent. I like it when something like that surprises me. I honestly did not know I'd made them. Must have started them ages ago. Right, so how are you doing on that constructor? You've made that constructor. If we open this... So there's the constructor, there's the 2 tier 3s. In fact, if we do that, come here, because the tier 3s have got to go in first. There's the turrets for actually making it into the GunBunny. We might need an extra one. We've got one down there if we do. What else are we going to need? We'll need pentaxid. We get that straight from the pentaxid box. The same with the promethium. That should be us good to go. I'll want to harden up the cockpit once we've got the tier 3 extenders in. Ultimately, I'll want to harden up the hull. Take it up to hardened steel, because at the moment it's just steel. So, how's the factory doing? Let's have a look. 3 minutes. Okay, that gives me a chance to go check on something. Oh, looks like it's getting a bit windy out here, look. Good grief. Must be a storm coming in. Just as while I'm checking this. Right, so notice I've put some extra ones of these out. Got 20, call it 30 hours running time on them before they need refueled. That one's using the isotope, so that's got 36 hours left. Okay. We use those water containers to make hydrogen for making the fusion cells. We can also use them to make bottled water, and I need to check how much bottled water we've got in the kitchen, because we might have to do some of that straight away. Let's have a look. We've got 9 bottles of water. No, not, I'm carrying 9 bottles of water. There's no water in there. And there's only 104 in there. So if I put 14 of these in here, because we use water in making some of the recipes, so we need to keep it going. And I jump onto that very quickly. Bottled water, where is it? Oh, we don't make it in here. There's a thing. Nope, you stay there. Alright. Have to make it next door and send it through to the fridge. Right, we've already got 114 in there. Again. Well, I remember picking them up earlier today, but I thought I'd used them. Okay, right. You're still doing all of that. You finished, okay. So we take the materials from you and put it in the fridge. Ingredients. And what we want to make is go to general like that. Water. 1 water container, output 10. So if I do 28, that'll give us 280 bottles of water. So 1, 2, 3, take 2 off. There we are. So that'll pile up in here. Why did that bottle of water just go down? Oh no, it's topping up. That's good. That's what I wanted. Right, great. That's that one. How's the factory doing? Blueprint successfully finished. Right on cue. Okay, so we'll come down here and we'll put it in this part of the hangar away from the door for now. So we're going back into our factory. Scroll to the top of the list on the left. There's the GunBunny. Right, so she's made. We spawn her like this. Make sure that the box is green. And click. Created a new small vessel. We'll wait for her to land. So I'll grab the bits out of the SV box so that we can do this initial upgrade on her. Right, so we need them and that. They all go inside. These go on the outside. This goes in the ammo box. And she's on the ground. Great. Let's have a look. I need H2O and O2. We're going to need... Always put some water in your ships, just in case. Helps combat fevers and things. We're going to need O2. We'll take one of them to fill her initially. And then we'll take 20 of those with us. Right. And we'll take a couple of them just for making sure she's full. Right. Oh, I've got a load of hydrogen there. Interesting. Promethiums. That's where they should be. And then I use them to make the fusion cells. Right, so we will take about 20 fusion cells. She won't use a lot of fuel. And we'll take about 20 of these. And about 20 of these. Doesn't need any of that if we've got these. This is for making these. Right, so water, oxygen, fuel, ammo, guns. Right, now let me just explain. You see how I've used the tall spindly legs on her? That's to get her off the ground, because when we put the turrets underneath, they're going to need ground clearance and not clip into the ground. Now this ramp is not going to come to the ground, it's a jumping pad. Whoa! That was kind of silly. I might have to change this and make it into a ramp that does come to the ground. Well, got in. Right. Okay, so up the back here, I might have to crouch. Back. There we go. That's better. Right. No, crouch. Well, you can see it's marked out. This is where I did all the modifications. A lot of this layout is completely different to how Jeff Randall originally did it. So first we get the tier 3 extensions into place, and up like that, and I just rotate them so we can see the pretty lights like that, and then we put the shield in. Shield. This is going to be a trickier one to, whoops, yeah, getting the shield the right way around is going to be a little bit on the tricky side, so it needs to stand up that way. It needs to rotate 90 degrees. Then it needs crouch again, crouch. What the? Crouch. I don't know what's going on there. Right, get that into there. So that's that in position, and then it's a bit cramped in here. A lot more cramped than Jeff was intending it when he first built the ship. Right, so we'll get the second one of those in there. We'll have to get the paint gun out in a second and line it all out. Right, so I can still reach the pentaxid tank directly if I need to. I can see the core. I don't need to directly contact anything else that's behind there. The pentaxid tank is about the only thing that I would need to physically touch. I can reach that cargo box and that cargo box and that one and that one. I can get to the armor locker. I can get to the O2 station. I can reach the 2 constructors, the 2 fridges, and the 2 ammo boxes. Right, so ammo box. Open up, put the ammo in there. Like that. White fridge is for edible bubbles. We'll put the water down the bottom on that one. This lot goes in ship stores, so I think what we'll do is we'll use the cargo box furthest away from the door for ship stores. So oxygen, that, and then fuel down here. Way on, like that. And this door behind me is going to drive me a little bit nuts, but we shall live with it. Now, you can't... Am I really that tall? What's... Come on. Crouch. Okay. Let's jump outside to do this bit. Be easier. Right, so focus on the ship, press P, come into the main menu, oxygen, manage it, and we want to change to the ship's cargo. That one. Okay, so that's going to be cargo box 1, brackets 3. So put that one in there first. Whoa, we're going to have to get some more of them. There's more oxygen in the ship than I thought there was. Okay. Throw them in. How does that do? That's a bit better. And one of them. 99%. That's as close to 100 as we're going to get it. Okay, now switch to the fuel tank. And we'll start with the fusion cells. Straight to 100%. Nice. We need pentaxid. That's one of the things I didn't get. So if we go to Schweden base, go to pentaxids, and Go to the pentaxid tank. And I've been saving these up and collecting them since we landed on the planet, specifically for this moment. One of the great things about the pentaxid tank system in Empyrion is that you can overfill the tank. Leave that one in there as a marker. So go back to player on that one, go back to logistics, and as you can see, pentaxid tank is holding 960% of its capacity. We'll just leave that in there, and it just uses it, and it saves us having to keep a separate pentaxid store just to hold all the pentaxid. I often build a specific pentaxid cargo box and promethium cargo box on my bases and ships purely for that. You can see CPU usage as at 33,935 of 40,000 with a tier 3 CPU. And the majority of that will be the shield. There we are, yeah. Polarized hull shield, 16,300. So that would be 27, that would be at 17,600 without the shield. Now, I'm going to struggle to get these extra turrets on the ship, but I do need them on the ship. Forgotten how much they use. Let's have a look. Small vessel. Turrets. Turrets. Where are they? I must have gone straight past them. Yeah, there they are. CPU 1100. That's the base, idiot. Right, so we've got about 6,000 capacity spare, so I can put 5 turrets on right now. But then we're going to have to get tier 4 CPUs into her to take it before we put further turrets on and before we put nose guns on. And we just come around to the front. You can see we've got space there for 4 nose guns, either missile launchers or move the Gatlings in or put plasma cannons on or whatever we want to do, put mining drills on. Yeah. Right, so I think what I'm going to have to do, if you forgive me doing this, I'm going to have, well, no, I don't need to, I can do it another way. Hold on. Right, so first of all, we jump up on the roof of the ship. We want 3 turrets on the top, and you can see I've pre-marked them. So if we do this, get that on there. That one on there, that one on there. That's the forward facing turrets. I want one facing the rear here, but we've got to get at least 2 underneath, and the easiest way for me to do that is to jump in the ship and take off and try and hover in the hangar. I don't know if it will. It will. Excellent. So get those turrets under there. Get the 2 on the wings. And you know what? It's not going to be a huge issue if we are just over CPU by a couple of percent. So I'm going to get that one in place as well. Now I need my paint gun. That's better. Whoa, what happened? Right, so we get that done. That done. That done, just to blend them in. Then I need to get into the cockpit somehow and bring the ship down. I'll be able to jump that. As long as I don't fry myself on the thruster. 1, 2, 3, jump! Yay, we did it. And take her down. And close her down for a moment. Up onto here and paint the guns. So that one wants to be that colour. The two out there on the wings want to be that colour to match the wings. That's wrong. That's better. Oh, matching the wings. There we go. And you can see now what I was saying about the tall undercarriage and how the guns are not burying the what would be the top layer of the gun into the concrete, because if the landing pad was on the bottom of that block and that's what was actually contacting the concrete, then the gun is taller than a single block and it would be burying its lid in the ground, which is why I've put the taller undercarriage on her to keep it off the ground and also to give them a better line of fire from underneath. So that's the GunBunny. Right, she's done. Yay. Now I need to put this paint gun away, and I think what we're going to need to do is change that ramp. So let's just get my multi-tool out and lift the ramp, and it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, a 3 drop. So it's going to be a 3 wide with a 3 drop. Number 5. 3, 3, 1. That's 3 wide, 3 long, drops 1. That drops 2. That drops 3. It's 5 long. Wow, that's a long old ramp. That's the wrong way up. That's the wrong way up. Hold on. That's a 3 drop. I see what's happening. Right, okay, we're gonna have to what am I doing? 0. Thank you. Right. We're going to have to grab a couple of blocks temporarily. 3 parts. Actually, be SV and HV parts. Steel blocks. There we go, grab that. That is Xerox attack again. They never learn, do they? Just deal with this and then we'll get that ramp sorted out. Right. Okay, so we got them loots. Defended the base. Do we get 4 rockets? A bunch of minigun ammo. For materials box. Always good there. Yeah, we'll just keep them few in there. There is a recipe or two that needs a fuel cell for it. I can't remember what it is, but always good to keep a few in the materials box. Right, so that's that. Right, this ramp. We were gonna I just want to try something. So if I jump in the ship, start her up, take off, jump out, and now if I try and put that ramp in, so number 5, and it was 353 we wanted on there. That's going the wrong way, so I want to rotate that and bring it down. No, I can't get it to, because Jeff put a curve on that step, I can't get it to place. But having it off the ground is definitely the way to do it. I have to do what I was thinking of, which is temporarily take that block out. 3 blocks like that. Get the ramp. And put the ramp in place. And then take those blocks off. And number 6. It was a quarter round block. Put that in there. Gonna have to get that spray gun out again, aren't I? I've only just put it away. Right, let's get the ship on the ground. Actually no, it's gonna be easier to spray it there. Five. And that's going to be black, and it's going to be the concertina like that. That's it, right? So get that out, and now we're going to do the alley-oops again. Don't let me down, jetpacks. Get that down, jump out. And that ramp looks as if it's perfectly positioned on the floor there. Excellent. So now we can walk up here and we can repaint that. I'm just going to figure out which of these 10,000 greys it is. So it's that one. Looks to be quite a dark one. That one maybe? That look right? No, that's too dark. That one. That's too light. That's the one. Right, so that's that. I need to do something with that ramp. Let's just darken it down. That'll do. Now, there should be a signal logic to apply to that ramp. So we go in here, we go to signal logics, and we go to sensors down here. Be a motion sensor, I would guess. That's entry, interior lights, that's a lever, spots and running lights. So it will be that one, entry. So we regroup everything that we've just added to the ship, get it into its groups. Ramp, there we are, ramp, there. Open, close on entry. We'll just leave that with that name for now. So if I do that, I should take it in, and we're going to have to inverse it, because as I approach to come in, the ramp's withdrawing, and it's doing that when I go away. So go back to the signal logic for the ramp and just click that button to inverse it. Yourself away. Right, so now it lets me in, and once I'm in, it closes the door and withdraws the ramp. Go out, it opens the door and puts the ramp down. Get beyond the sensor's range, the ramp pulls in and the door closes. Excellent. Right, so now we need to update the repair template. So we save that template there now. Just check the signal, not the signal logic, the CPU stats. we are 500 over our allocation, which is nothing, and it's actually a bit of a misnomer because we've got the 2 mobile constructors in which are using 4000 CPU. Although I do often run with the constructors working and doing a job, the guns are not going to be firing, or the guns are not going to be in use during warp, so therefore we have got best part of 11,000 CPU there that's not going to be active during warp, which means that the CPU is not going to end up overloaded. Right, now what we want to do is come around and put this paint gun away. Why do I keep harping on about putting the paint gun away? It's because I don't want to be carrying it around. Only get it out when I need it. Right, put them in there. Nothing else in my inventory that I don't want. No, 20 slots empty. 4 slots empty down here. Perfect. Right, we'll come up into here. We're going to be using cargo boxes, so open that, go to Green base, and we're going to take all of these with us. So I'll just transfer all of these across. And that's a good point for me to wrap up the video. Say thanks for watching. Welcome. Thanks for watching this introduction to the GunBunny. And next episode we'll take her out on a maiden voyage, go sell all these armor suits, and jump to another planet and see if we can find those missing bits that we've not been able to find on this planet or in its orbit. I'm the Gazbeard, and from the GunBunny and myself, many thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.